welcome to KDE Custom Woodworking and Custom Concrete. Now you know what the concrete stands for. I'm Kevin Dunphy. Getting a lot of likes. I'm loving it. We did this I think back in April. We did a video on this wall, and we're using styrofoam, and it was a local product. Now we're using Nudura. As I mentioned, in Canada they want it to be certified, and I wasn't crazy about it only because I didn't like corporations doing it. But anyways, that's another story. But I got certified. Thank you for the certificate. It did help because City of St. John's here want those certificates if you install it. So kind of saved my ass. I didn't know at the time. All right, not to bore you with those details. The other thing I'm going to say is I look at some of the videos and I'm like, guys are saying, no, you can't use it north of the 49 or whatever, North Carolina and below, because of the termites. What? They said, well, they make a home. What? Okay. You guys know more about termites than us up here, up in the north. We don't have that problem. We got other problems, but not too many insects, because you can see it gets cold, they can't live. To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong, because that's the stupidest thing, silliest thing. I'm not trying to call out. Okay, let's say the little buggers get in here. You say, well, that's soft enough they can go in there. Okay, they're in there. Okay, termites, what do they live on? What do they eat? Wood. Last time I checked, this is plastic. They're not going to live in there. You know, maybe put a layer of rocks on the outside. Make sure, you don't have a buffer zone, a damp area. But that's not an issue. But if you're low in there and you're in hurricane area, man, give me this any day of the week. I take my chances with this. Then, go deep on your foundation. Don't be so cheap. At least go a few feet down and follow our lead. Anyways, enough of my rant. And here, I just got a cut. Went along here. It's a little wavy, only because of the old house. I'm okay with that. I'm happy with the footing. I got a nice heavy footing. Really took up, these are going to be encased in concrete, and I'm not worried about moisture over time rusting these out because of what we did here. We got all styrofoam on the side here. We'll put this on, and I'm going to tie it in. Now, I got to make a cut there to slide that beyond there, and I got some styrofoam. I'll lock that in. The only drawback is when I do it, the cut there, I'm going to spray foam it. I will put a little piece of plywood there just to be on the safe side, get a couple scraps. The other big thing is I picked up brick molding, because if you look here, we're 6 inches. And the last I checked, this is 6 inches. All right? How am I going to pour concrete? I can't take this out, and I'm not going to compromise making that. So the brick mold is going to go beyond. It should be in line with the styrofoam down there, and I'll be able to pour the concrete down on top of the brick mold and get it flush here. I know here I'm not 100% level. Like right here, I got 31. And I got 30 and a half. So probably more than likely, I might even have about 2 inches runoff down here. Let's see, let's take one last look. Yeah, it's what I suspected. 32 and a half, so it's about 2 inches from here to here. All right. I know there was one house, somebody said they could jack it up level. If somebody wants to do that, get them out of your house. I'm going to tell you why. You got to remember, a lot of times they were cutting these with hands, and they didn't have like laser levels, and they would look, and the guy would say, yeah, that's good. But also this wood isn't machined exactly from one end to the other. So you can have variations. It doesn't mean that the house is off level. In this case, I know this house didn't move because of our soil, because our soil is just full of rocks. Look at this, rock after rock after rock. I mean, it's not rocket science here. You know, you're in a really good area. So, ready? I'm gonna carry this over by myself. No, that's only joking. What's great about this stuff is how light it is. Now, let's see if my crazy plan works. Okay, so I could slide it in a little high here, right? All right. And I don't see a problem. The only hard part for me is I get a cut here to get around that post and put that piece back in, right? And what makes it difficult is this right here. I'm gonna use that line. And I'm just taking a marker here, and then I'll styrofoam it in. But I do have clips that they supplied. I can cut that, glue it, and then take the clips at the top and bottom and put it there. So this is going to be decent, and you can see I'll get in. I'll be a little higher. I'll be up like that. And then I can cheat a bit with the concrete. I can bring it up, you know. And, you know, wow, I'm very happy. This was so hard to get approval for this, but this is the only way to do it. All right, so I'm gonna get my camera person hit pause for a minute. It was really hard to get this in. It took me a couple hours. I had to cut the back end. I cut it almost 2 inches, and I'm right on top of these little nibs here. I couldn't get on the other side, like, so I don't know what's going on. I'm very happy how solid it is. Like, I wasn't cheap with the spray foam. When the spray foam hits the foam, it just melts it, and I'm okay. And I can sneak a little bit of plywood here, and I'm more than okay. But it worked pretty good. So I'm hitting my sides. You know, I also have straps that came with it, or with the kit, but I gotta make sure I have enough, because I only have one shot to do the back, and I don't want it to leak. And then the only headache I have is because I made the cutout for the post. It's really hard to get your hand in. So and you can see I'm just filling it up. I mean, it may not be recommended, you know, sometimes people, they tend to show perfect, and, well, this is the reality. When I do the one down below, I'll have an easier time. It won't be as bad as this, because look, I'm there. I'm very confident with that. You know, I'm just going there, because I really want this to expand on both sides, because I can't line up the teeth the way I want. So I'm kind of making my own teeth that'll go in there. All right, I'm not going to touch the front. I got the sides. You got to hurry up. You don't have much time with it. Now I got to come around here. I'm just going to get right here and move that over a bit. There's a post right there that's right in the way. It's going to push it out ever so slightly. I'm just going to live with it. Let's see how tight I can get it. There. Got it. I did dry fit it first, I'm not gonna lie. But there's no way. Okay, so I'm sort of decent there, except for here. And you see right there, that's the post I'm hitting. Oops. And look what I just did. That's the second time. I'm really pissed off at myself for that. It's thin on top, eh? So be prepared. I got this down. All right. Now, I got it tight. If you look here, I have the teeth. I'm not quite lined up, eh? But what I'm trying to do is I'm just going to push it in like that. I'm okay with this. If this was a 20-foot wall, I wouldn't do this, but I want this tipped ever so slightly. Make sure all the concrete gets into the back. So, c'est la vie, as they say in French. And let me go here. See, I have about, when I'm finished, I have about 4 feet of wall here, you know. I went a little deeper on a good 12 inches on the bottom plate. And I got these on sale like $16, but they weren't bad, and they work in -20, so right now we're at about +4, or what's that, about 38 Fahrenheit. Might not be the way that Dura recommends, but I tried to get the teeth lined up and get it in. It was, I spent 2 hours. The beam's kind of like, I'm straight, but the beams of the house is kind of like this, but I'm very happy. I'm a touch higher here under the beam, and I'll run some red tape there after. And I'm just gonna go over here, see if I can bring that in. This is where there's a post right in the back right here. I know it's there, you know? Right there, but I don't know if I can. I think that's it. I'm just gonna have to live with it here. That little ridge. Kind of get it in. I think I'm gonna get a straw for this tomorrow, and then kind of, if I'm allowed to buy them in Canada, but we won't go there, right? And yeah, see, I can't quite get the last little bit, and if I can get there, then I can lock it in. Like I said, there's a beam on the other house right there, and that's why I can't quite get that last little bit in, and I can live with that. I can live with that. So I'm just going to make sure. And you see this one, I only did this, I don't know, not even an hour ago. And you see how solid that is, eh? And if I get rebarb in here, I could tie this right across, tie it into the post. You know, my posts are back. And I'm happy. The concrete truck can go here all day. I mean, I am so much over the moon on this. And I just got to cut a little piece there, and then I'm going to call it quits, and then come back tomorrow and do the big one. So it's not pretty with this, but it sure as hell works. I would bet anything. I'd pour concrete there, and I wouldn't even break a sweat. So we got it in. It's going here, like I pulled it out a bit. And I got like a chunk missing here, so I'm gonna build it up a bit. That's it, and I'm just locking it here. Just putting a little bit on top here. So when I come back tomorrow, this will all be dry. This will be filled up here, so the concrete can't push it back. And just take a peek there. And I'll stick there. Then I got to repair these. So I don't know if there's any other better way, and somebody wants to enlighten me. I also, not to get mouthy, because I get annoyed in the business because people don't spend the time and do the homework, and you know they want to say they're doing things right, and they don't want to learn new ways, and I just get annoyed. But no, there's an insect. You can check it out with Maduro, not me. There's an insecticide they put in there for insects, not just termites. And I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to pretend how it works, but guaranteed, I'm going to put this right here, right, and then fold it over, and that should lock me in nicely. The top part of the concrete won't really have the pressure like the bottom, you know, because of the weight. It turns into like a mud. It would stay on its own. It's the bottom right down here, but in this case, we're only 3 feet, so I'm not really worried about it. And this one I got to do what I did on the other one. Thank God, do I hate working with gloves, but I got this foam, man, and it's brutal. Have you ever had it on your hands? So that's it. We're gonna do the video. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm in real time for me. Yeah, we're gonna show the concrete day where the craziness starts. I'm gonna have a full-time camera operator that day. They're gonna record everything, and sometimes I don't like recording because this isn't the exact science, and I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's a joke, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. This is perfect for an old house. I am so stoked. And then here, I can put a little bit of concrete. When I come here with the floor, I can put a little bit of concrete to keep that flat. I'll do a little wall there. And only because I got the concrete truck coming here a couple times. What the hell? I might as well do it. And I could put my 2x6 on a wall right here, which is so cool. And I think this is the only way to repair a wall like that. Like I said, the wood is the wood's perfect. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's 100 years old. It'll easily be around for another 100 years old. And if it does rot, you have another wall on the inside. You could be surgical and take this down if it's, I don't know, let's say 100 years from now. Yeah. But probably by then they'll make houses with 3D printers. And then everybody say, well, I want the old way. Now with him, show you one other thing what I'll do. See the wall over here is a little higher, and I got about a good 3 inches, so I'm going to continue that wall there, and then I have a cavity right inside, plus I put rebarb in there, so all that concrete's going to go in that cavity, and then concrete on top, and I'll probably stick a drill down here. I'll put some rebarb here, and this wall becomes one now, anchored in. I did anchor a little bit down there. I'm not crazy. That's the old wall with the other house. The guy did it. I know there's not one stick of rebar in there. I'm not too crazy about it, but it is what it is, eh? But I'm confident when I get the other walls and everything else could be perfect. You know, it's not a big house here, so that's it. Just kind of take it here. Oops. All right, back tomorrow. Cleanup time. So Kevin Dunphy, we're back. We got it here, and if you can see it, I got a post, I got rebar, and I got to get the foam in there, and I want to leave my attachments, but the Nudura works out perfect because I did cut this here. And now I'm able to just, if I can show, right there, just slide in. I gotta take a little notch here. I got it tight here, which I'm okay. I'm a little hung up on the rock there, but I'll live with that. And that's it. I gotta make a notch over here. Okay, so I've come through. It's a bit of a marathon, I won't lie here. And I'm gonna go here. Now the only thing is, I know right now, I gotta get behind here. I don't really want to cut this. Got it. And I'm going to push that through. It's intense. I don't want to get too pissed off with me. I gotta. Okay, I'm going to push that a little more. Okay, got that. Let's see, do I have enough room to turn this? I don't think so. All right, 1 second. Nothing I can do here. Come on, the outside. Pull this here. I think I can get it. I'm going to give it a shot. And I'll have a wedge, but I'll be a little off there, but I'm not really worried about it. There we go. Boom. I'm going to push here. And I got a little gap. Come on over here. Look at that, eh? Look at that. And what I'll do tomorrow is I'll put a little styrofoam, some plywood, and we're going to fill all that right down to that stone there with rock and continue in. So now I got to close the top off here. So I get a little piece of styrofoam. It's a little V. My footing's a little V. And I did that on purpose because I wasn't sure how much access I would have down here. So I wanted to run a bit with the concrete and then straighten it up here. All right. So I think I got it. Now I'm going to go get a little piece of styrofoam. And I'm very happy. I'm ever so stoked. So you can see here the door is going to be a little to the left here. about the same height. I'm going to put a column right up top here to tie in with the other concrete. And here we go. Look at that, eh? I can fill it with a cement truck and then look at the top to make sure I'm good. This is too cool. Okay, so I'm on record. I'm gonna get my other pair of gloves. Pretty good.
All right, Dad, you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, so I guess I'll get the vibrator. Let's see how much. One sec. Let's see how much battery power I have. I forgot. Yeah, I got 2 bars. I got more batteries there, but I guess you do the same, Kurt. If you want, I guess, lower it a bit. I'll try and vibrate. Which side do you think I should be on? This, you're right, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get it vibrating as much as possible.
I know. I'm gonna try and go as much as you can. And I'm okay. Here it's a little better walk. You're a little. It's not as bad as the other side. So I'll try and see what I can do here.
All right. See flow.
Can you go a touch lower or no?
I think
I'm trying to get the angle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my mistake.
I think it'll go better like this or higher.
I see. When you go lower, it's going to come out faster.
All right, Dad.
I'm ready.
I looked at that auction place, eh? For the cars.
Hmm?
I looked at that Fitzpatrick auction site. I start vibrating.
I'm trying right there on my right there. I get the DeWalt pencil vibrator. Great to have cordless, and I'm trying to move it down as it's coming out of the truck. My big problem is you don't see it there because the form's blocking it. I have a post that's kind of blocking it a bit. It was hard to get it around, and like I'm almost like at the point now, like saying, well, that's about as far as I can get it, and even if we keep topping it off. So I had a plan, with this, because I didn't think I was going to be able to get it down, and I didn't want to turn the brick molding on the outside. I wanted that on the inside to catch the weight of my 2x6s that I'm going to put another wall right there that'll be they'll give me that R40 insulation when I'm finished. So here it comes, the buckets. I gotta admit one thing with Jack. Jack's been the concrete driver has been with us for a couple of jobs already, and we do things sometimes a little different. Trying to get in this old house, and things aren't as easy as going into a subdivision, just backing the truck right up. So as always, he was game for it, because remember, we only have an hour and a half, 2 hours when that concrete got mixed at the plant. So we do have to really hurry and kind of get this done. So when you're there, you kind of get a little intense when you start pouring. So Kurt's walking back and forth. I'm just kind of feeding him there and keeping the buckets going. It goes on the right. I created a wall on the neighbors, and I went down below. We couldn't dig any more because their footing wasn't very deep, but I don't want their footing, because they have no foam to protect them from any frost or anything, to lift ours. So kind of made it a little separate, and I was able to, I could show it later, I was able to get foam around there, because I'm going to have also, I'm not that, because the way the house is on a big hill, we're about a healthy 4 feet there foundation, then we kind of taper off to about a little over a foot. So we're going to have a frost protected foundation when I'm finished. And how many buckets are we up to now? We're up to 10, and you start losing count after a while. You do get into a rhythm. Trick is, do the buckets at half. don't do it at 3/4. That 3/4 is a lot heavier, and you tend to get burnt out a little faster. So just stick it at half. The odd time it goes a little over, like it is hard to control out of a truck, but it worked. It worked perfect. That was my backup plan, so I really can't complain. Like right now, he's at the end, and I'm gonna go along and just kind of level everything out. It's hard with the brick ledge because of the foam sticking out to really kind of get it level. So you tend to go a little higher. Like I want to build it higher because there is going to be shrinkage with that concrete.
Yeah, she is where the top of the bend is. That's where I put this one. And then you can get a lot of tension there, I went a little touch bigger, Kurt.
How's this right here?
All right, so that's what I want.
Pretty tight.
No, I could, that's good, man. What do you think?
Should I go a little lower though? I'm pretty up.
Okay,
I'm pretty high.
go drop it down, okay?
Take it down here, I think. How's that?
Yeah, that's good. I go a little lower. Okay, good there. All right, tow it. I don't want to like take a hammer to it,
No.
Just make sure it doesn't kick out when we,
Is there a screw over there? You got one.
Yeah, I got a couple, Kurt. And that way, I guarantee you, if that blows out, it's only a little wall, No, I couldn't put this in before, it was in my way.
One.
Okay,
I'd leave that there then until it cures.
yeah.
Just put your rent there to get out, you can walk
Yeah,
all over.
yeah, you're right. And you're right. I'm not gonna touch it. I'll get another little styrofoam, get all kinds lying around, put it there, and,
Yeah.
keep the heat in. And
You wanted a bid for somewhere? What?
Yeah, for down here.
Okay.
Probably a couple shovelfuls. But I can do it while we're pouring.
All right, let me get the flow going first, and
this is gonna be easy to fill, eh? Okay, so I guess I'll go trowel it.
What's this?
Don't do a shovel. Okay. I'm gonna get a little shock with the vibrator. Just, make sure you don't have an air pocket. I think you're pretty good.
You want me to do this? Like push it down here?
Let me in here, eh?
Maybe I shouldn't have filled that part up.
Well, okay, hold on, sir. Hold on. How high are you?
I'm halfway.
Okay. Okay, so what I think is I got another piece of wood, Kurt. I'm gonna tow it in. I got leftover. Give me a minute there.
Does it matter if we leak out?
Well, yeah, because the more weight he has, you might not have enough concrete at the end of the day. All right, Kurt, you got the drill?
No, you do.
I do. It's right here. You can grab.
Okay, it blew open a little bit on the bottom. I didn't have quite the full width on the brick mold, so when the concrete started going in, it just kind of like bubbled up. So we're kind of in semi-panic mode. We're plugging up the hole there, putting some screws in, and just figuring, just kind of like crossing your fingers. You hate when something like that happens. So here goes another shot. He's getting ready. He's going slow. I'm kind of standing there, making sure. I don't want to see. There's a little opening there to the right. I didn't close it up all the way. The only reason that I didn't, I wanted to make sure like there wouldn't be any air pockets. I've done something like this before, and if you get it totally closed up, let a little bit of the concrete escape and get an air pocket, and that sucks when you have one. You can have big ones, not little ones. So I'm just making sure it flows. If it was to come out that little opening, and I didn't need more, then I would add more. That's it. It worked perfect. I couldn't be happier. So thanks for watching. I keep asking to subscribe. I do need support for this site. So please subscribe. I'll try to put out more videos. We're getting near the end of this house. Like we got one more big thing to do, the beam, and then we're going to start doing the interior and look at those badass cabinets going in there. So thank you for watching. Bye.